As you're aware, the work that I did with Invisible Children, we struggled really hard to ensure that peace come back to northern Uganda. We did not stop in Gulu. We followed our children up to Democratic Republic of Congo. We went to Central African Republic so that we convince those who were abducted to come back home. We also got involved by financing some of the peace process. As Invisible Children, we were under the civil society. And as such, I grew up in this time of war and seeing the peace and security which has improved in northern Uganda. That inspired me. The next thing that also inspired me in Musevenomics is the issue of education. As you all aware, my entire 11 years of my participation in northern Uganda, I worked really hard to ensure that Acholi children across Acholi land go back to school. I gave them the opportunity. I gave opportunity to more than 10,000 kids, some of whom now I am very proud of where they are right now. But also I had the opportunity with the resources that I was getting to actually use these resources to build my own school. But I also want to say that with the help of people that I talked to, I realized that there were actually big schools in Acholi land that used to bring out very many people in Uganda. I would say responsible people. I would say when you start from Kitgum, there's Kitgumai, we have Laibi College, we have Gulu High School, we have Sir Samuel Becker School. Those were big names back in the days before the time of war. So for me, I convinced the donors that we actually need to build government schools instead of us going to build our own school as Invisible Children. So my participation in education has been key. And as such, when I looked at the Musevenomics, the issue of USE and UPE is key in this dream. Another thing that also inspired me in Musevenomics has been the issue of skilling of youth. And as I speak right now, I started an organization called WEND Africa. And basically all I'm doing is to provide skillings to the women and the young girls, both formerly abducted and those who dropped out of school, because I looked at creating jobs, which is also in Musevenomics. And with that, I got inspired and I looked at me taking political leadership, as these are issues to be discussed at the national level. When you look at Uganda today, the National Development 4, it talks a lot about how we can change the lives of our community. When you look at marketing and agriculture, there are so many issues that our president has put out there. I'm not saying the leaders that were in Acholi land did not do their work, but I also felt that I have practically done most of this work, and I realized that by me discussing this at the national level, I think it will make such a huge difference. What I did when I was working as a civil society, I took a petition to Parliament of Uganda in 2012. And not only Parliament of Uganda, but also Parliament of East Africa, where I went with some civil society members and some opinion leaders that I took them to East African Parliament and shared the same issue that has affected northern Uganda. But on the other hand as well, when you look at from the time of the war, when the war ended in northern Uganda, when you look at the number of children that are now on the street, I kind of feel this is a national issue that needed to be discussed. I kind of feel bad because in our language we call these children ago. And for that reason, I realized that these children were not given a second chance, another opportunity. So with the Musevenomics, the 11 points that he has put out there, that inspired me to come and pick a form to contest as a member of parliament, but under the NRM ticket, because I realized that implementation would be done, especially when these issues are discussed at a national level. So for that reason, I know that I did well